So welcome everyone, and we are going to start today with our tennis balls. And I will model some things that you can do if you don't have any tennis balls, like with your feet. So if you have tennis balls, we'll start there. What I want you to do is you're gonna take your tennis ball, you're gonna go up towards the top of your hip and then roll down into the center of your glute. So you'll start out on your side and you're gonna work that tennis ball into your glute a little bit, making sure that it's not too painful. And then if you're not having tennis balls with you right now, you can stretch out your toes and massage your feet and run your hands up and down your legs and massage your hip and your glute a little bit, okay? And if you have your tennis ball, you're in your glute and you're very carefully rolling on that tennis ball, maybe staying in one spot, maybe moving around a little bit. When you're ready to come up, you're going to take your tennis ball around your sits bone. So using your hands or your elbows for support, you're going to just carefully roll on that tennis ball. So what we want to do is we want to start to loosen, soften the connective tissue that is kind of holding things together around our pelvis. And I know that's a kind of an interesting way to describe it. And then we're going to move to the second side, same thing. So again, starting kind of at the corner of your hip and making your way into your glute. Now, we didn't talk about breathing yet, so I want you to be really aware while even you're doing the warm-up of your breath. So continuing to breathe consciously as you're rolling on your tennis balls, and now is when you're going to come around your sits bone, or again, if you don't have your tennis balls, you're massaging your feet, going around all of your joints. And sometimes I like to do a little bit of both, like use the tennis balls and my hands, okay? So kind of finishing up that area around your sits bones. And then we're going to take both tennis balls, and this is my favorite thing to do to start to warm up the hamstrings. So knees are bent, you're gonna press your tennis balls in, and I realize you can't see it on the video. And then you're gonna either move your knees side to side, or again, your pelvis front to back, so that you can start to roll your sits bones over the tennis balls, but you're never ever just sitting right on the tennis balls because that wouldn't feel good. And again, if you don't have tennis balls, you can massage with your hands. And it's okay in this way to touch your butt, right? Now, when you are complete with rolling your hamstrings on the tennis balls, you're going to take your tennis balls and place them at the back and then lean into the tennis balls a little bit and take your knees from side to side. And again, just taking a moment, like as you're moving your body slowly, to check in with your breath. How is your breath doing, right? And notice if it helps to move the tennis balls to a different position or not. Now, for this next part, you have two options. Well, I mean, there's always many, but you're going to take your tennis balls and you are going to lay on your back, right? So you start off on the ground and you're going to place the tennis balls at the top of either shoulder and then start to work your body back over the tennis balls. If that is too tense for you, you're going to take your tennis ball and go up against the wall and work your upper back body against the tennis balls. And you want to make sure that you stay off of your spine. You only want to be where you have structure, right? So you're on either side of your spine, in between spine and shoulder blade, or you're up at the top of the shoulders. You don't go below your rib cage because you want to stay, again, where you have bones, right? And so while you're on your back on the tennis balls, you might extend your arms up overhead. You might take them out into angel arms. You might open and close your elbows. But explore, again, what feels good, yet not in a way that is painful. And if it's too much pressure on the floor, you're up against the wall. And if you're up against the wall, you're using just one tennis ball. Because, well, my experience, when you try to use two, one or both escape. So eventually, and you're gonna kind of see how you're feeling. We'll stay here a little bit longer. Now we're going to eventually end up on our backs with our knees bent, and eventually you're going to get rid of your tennis balls, all right? So now you're on your back body and your knees are bent, and we're gonna start by just taking one arm up overhead and turning your head away from that arm on the inhale. Exhale, back to center with the head and the arm comes down. Alternating sides, inhale, arm up, head turns, exhale, back to center. And you're gonna do that a few times, moving with your breath, no rush. Now, one of these times after you move your head to the left, you might start to lift your pelvis as you extend the arm and turn your head. And you're gonna see, if it doesn't feel good to add in lifting the pelvis, then just continue to move your arm and your head. And you're still alternating sides, inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you come back to center. And again, the next time that you finish with your right arm, we're going to take both knees off the ground, and then take both feet off the ground, and take your knees into a circular motion. And you're noticing how your lower back feels on the ground, because we're kind of using our weight, our natural body weight, to massage that lower back. And you'll want to take your knees in each direction a few times. And then stopping for a moment, we're going to hold on to the right knee. You're going to stretch your left leg up towards the ceiling and then slowly lower it down to the ground. On an inhale, you'll lift that leg up, hold on to the left knee, reach up your right leg, and again, slowly lower it down to the ground. Now we're going to switch it up a little bit. You're going to release your hands. And the movement, you're going to lift your head, reach with the opposite hand towards your knee. Exhale is here. Inhale, down. Exhale, come up. So you're alternating sides. If it hurts to lift your upper back body, then you're just going to move the knees, right? Not really fast, but with your breath. So again, either you're lifting using the opposite arm, inhale down, exhale up. And yes, I know it's a little bit of work. If it's too much at any point, you just stop. So the next time you finish your second side, you still have both knees in towards your body. You're going to stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Now, inhale is going to be body down on the ground. Exhale, you're going to slide up your legs. Inhale down, exhale up. And again, if it doesn't feel good to move your upper body up off of the ground, you can just slide your arms. You can even move your legs. It will stretch a different part of your body, but just kind of see what feels appropriate for you. And next time that you inhale down, you're going to bend your knees, roll over to the side, and then we're going to move up to standing. So take a moment to feel your feet on the ground. Connect with your breath, right? And then I want you to just rock from heel to toe. And as you come back onto your heels, your toes come up. As you come onto your toes, your heels come off. And just feeling yourself connect to the ground. And then we're going to move side to side. And again, like it's not kind of stretching your body, it's rolling through your feet. So you're moving pinky toe side of the foot back to the center, then to the other side. And just feeling how your feet are working on the ground. Eventually coming to a place where your feet are connected to the ground. So ground down through both sides of your heel, both sides of the front of the foot. Connect with your breath. And we're going to inhale, take the arms up, come up onto your toes if that's appropriate for you. Exhale, come down. And just moving with your breath in any way that feels good. So if you want to come up onto your toes really high, you do. Now we're going to switch and you're going to take one arm forward, one arm back, hands meet overhead. Inhale is up, exhale, down. And there's a slight pause as you come down and when you're up at the top. So just kind of notice those pauses. They're just as important as the inhale and the exhale. So next time you finish your second side and your arms come down, again, pause, connect to your breath. We're going to take the hands onto the thighs. Inhale is going to be up. Exhale, you're going to slide down your legs. Knees can be bent. Inhale up. Exhale down. And there's no rush, right? You're moving at the pace of your breath, not the pace of mine or of me talking. Next time you come up, I just want you to roll through your shoulders one at a time. Again, with your breath. Inhale up, exhale, slide the shoulder blade down the back. Inhale, second side, shoulder comes up, exhale, take it down. One more time on each side. And then pause for a moment. Now, let's see, if you like to use blocks in lunges, I'm going to invite you to grab your blocks and place them towards the front of your mat. And you're going to be standing at the front of your mat. Feet are flat on the ground, about hip distance apart. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And you're going to exhale down to the ground with your arms in line with your ears or sliding down your legs. Inhale, slide halfway up. Exhale down into your legs. Now next inhale, we'll take the right leg back. And here, so we're going to stay in the lunge for a moment, and your hands are on the ground or on your thigh if that's more comfortable. And what I want you to do is reach your right knee towards the ground and then straighten. So you're not bringing your knee to the ground, you're just bending the knee towards the ground and then lifting that knee back up. We're going to do it one more time. Now you're going to bring your weight into your hands, step back into a plank. And when you're in plank, you can have the knees up or down, whatever is most comfortable for your body. You're going to hold for a moment, but you keep breathing. Again, continuing to breathe, make sure that your core is engaged. On an exhale, we're going to bend our knees and glide back into a down dog. And then you'll slowly straighten your legs one at a time, pedal through your feet, bending one knee and taking the opposite heel towards the ground. Now we're going to take that right leg and sweep it forward. And again, staying in our lunge, hands wherever they help to support you. But even though my hands are on the ground, most of my weight is in my legs, right? We're going to bend that back knee, your left knee this time towards the ground. And you're just kind of noticing how that feels to move through your leg in this way. Last time. And then on your exhale, we'll come into a forward bend. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart center. So take a moment, pause, notice your heart, your breath, how your body's feeling. And then next inhale, we'll take the arms up and exhale into our forward bend. Inhale, slide halfway up. Exhale in towards your legs. Again, we're going to take the right leg back into a nice deep lunge. This time we're going to bring the hands up onto the thigh. And you're going to find your balance. Now here, we're going to take the arms and you're going to bring them out to the sides. I'm going to come forward for this one. So your elbows are bent and the knee is bent. Inhale is here. Exhale, you're going to straighten the leg and extend the arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. One more time. Now this time after we inhale, we're going to take the hands to the ground, step back into your plank again. Again, knees are up or down. You're still breathing. And again, you're going to bend your knees and glide back into a down dog. Carefully pedal through your feet. And then we're going to step your right foot forward. And again, find your balance, hands onto the thigh. Extend your arms out to the side with the elbows bent. Inhale is here. Exhale, extend. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend and straighten that front leg. No rush, moving with your breath. And this will be our last time. So again, after the inhale, we're going to exhale into a forward bend. And then inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Again, pausing for a moment, noticing how your body's feeling. Now, if you have a tennis ball close by, I want you to grab it. And we're going to place it under the left heel. Now, once you do that, you want to make sure that you still have a little yellow sticking out behind your heel. You can also do this with your foot flat on the floor. Now you're going to ground down through all 4 points in that foot and come up onto the right toes. And you're going to start to pivot through that knee, right? The knee, the hip, the foot. Now the next time that your knee is turned out, you're going to slide that heel in and then bring it up your lower leg. Hands to the heart center. Breathe and focus. Maybe you start to extend those arms up overhead. Right? Breathe and focus. On an exhale, hands come down, knee forward, slide that foot down, and then very carefully switch the tennis ball to your right foot. And again, make sure you have some yellow sticking out behind your heel, or your foot can be flat on the ground. And we're going to come up onto the left toes and start to pivot through the leg. You're still breathing. How is that breath doing? And again, next time that knee is out, you're going to slide your heel in and then slide up the lower leg, hands to the heart center. Breathe and focus. Find a non-moving spot on the floor to focus on. And then possibly extend your arms up towards the sky. Keep breathing. Stay focused. When you're ready to come down, hands come down, knee comes forward, foot comes down to the ground. And then carefully move that tennis ball off to a safe place. Now this next one, a couple of different ways you can do this. You can do this pose with your hands. You can picture there's a wall here, even though there's no wall. You can have your hands on the wall and do the pose this way, or you can be in the center of the room. What I want you to do is cross your right ankle over the top of the thigh, hands to your heart center. You're going to sit back like you're sitting into a chair, and then start to bring your forearms towards your shin and wrap that foot, your right foot, around the left elbow. Now, if it's okay, you're going to start to bring your hands towards the ground. And then if your hands come down to the ground, you're going to bend both elbows and take your shin onto your triceps and possibly lift that back foot off the ground.
Keep breathing and focused. When you're ready to come up, very carefully, you'll make your way back up to standing and relax that foot to the ground. And if you were doing this against the wall, you're just going to hold on to the wall and sit down and practice taking your hands off of the wall. Now let's do the second side. So again, you're going to cross, well, let's take a moment. Connect with your breath. Cross that left ankle over top, hands to the heart center, or your hands are on the wall. You're going to start to lower towards the ground, forearms towards your, whoo, balance is a little shaky. Forearms towards the shin, wrap the foot around your elbow, hands come down to the ground. Possibly you bring your shin onto your triceps and lift that back foot off the ground. Keep breathing. When you're complete, you'll come on up, hands to the heart center, foot to the ground. And then let's bring the hands onto the thighs. You're going to inhale up, exhale, slide down your legs. This, of course, is our counter pose to come back to the center, back to neutral, and back to your breath and noticing how your body feels. Now, next time you're up, you're going to roll through your shoulders. Keep breathing. And then I want you to bring your feet maybe a little bit wider than hip distance apart. I'm going to bring the arms out to the sides. And I want you to feel your right foot on the ground, and you have a non-moving spot that you're looking at. You're going to bring your weight onto that right foot and take your left foot off the ground. And then alternate sides. So you're not really lifting the leg up, like trying to lift it higher. You're just disconnecting it from the ground. And the arms are for balance, so they can be in whatever position feels good. Now, next time your left foot comes down, now you're going to bring your left knee towards your right elbow and then back to center. So it's not like a fast exercise where you're going back and forth really fast. Move with your breath. Inhale when you're in neutral. Exhale, bring the knee and elbow towards one another. And you'll notice there's a pause as you're taking your breath, right? And the next time, again, that you do your second side, come back to neutral, bring your feet about hip width apart. You're going to find your weight in your right foot, and you're going to bring your left heel towards your buttock. And so finding your balance, and you could have your hand on a sofa or wall. I want that knee in line with your straight leg. And you don't want that knee poking out to the side, right? It's in line with your leg. Now you're gonna start to make space between your heel and your buttock, and you might extend your right arm up. And then if you can keep that space between your heel and your buttock, you're gonna start to come towards the ground with your heart. Keep breathing. When you're ready to complete, you'll inhale, come up. Exhale, release, roll through both shoulders. And then we'll move to the second side. So again, you're going to reach your right heel towards your buttock, move through, you probably get a little stretch in your quad here. Then you'll start to make space between the heel and the buttock. Maybe extend that left arm. And if you can keep that space there, you're going to bring your heart towards the ground, continue to breathe. And whenever you're complete, make your way back up to standing. Release your arm and your leg. And again, roll through those shoulders. Now from here, I want you to notice how you're feeling, body temperature, heart rate, breathing rate. And we're going to have your hands at your sides. The inhale, you're going to take your arms up towards the sky.
Exhale, sit like you're putting your bottom into a chair. Inhale up, exhale down. If it doesn't feel good to move your arms, just keep your hands on your thighs and you're just moving with your breath. This last one, we're going to hold the pose. Bring your hands to your heart center. Now we're going to add in a twist. So you can either take your hands onto your thigh and turn your body towards that side, or you can have your hands at your heart center and bring the elbow to the outside and possibly even extend your arms. Make sure you can breathe. Your knees are bent. You're still in your chair position. Hands come back to the heart center. You unwind, rise up. Exhale, come down. We're going to twist to the second side. So again, either hands on the thigh and your body turns, or hands at your heart center, elbow to the outside of the knee, and if appropriate for your body, extending the arms. Hands to the heart center. Inhale, center, and rise up. Exhale, come all the way down into a forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, in towards your legs. Last time. Now from here, you're in your forward bend. I want you to step your feet a little bit wider. Take your hands down onto the ground. And you're going to bend and straighten your legs. The elbows stay straight. Inhale with the legs straight. Exhale, bend both knees. Now, this one's a little bit interesting. We haven't done this one before. So you're going to have your hands on the floor, about shoulder distance apart, and you're going to bend your knees and possibly put your hamstrings on your triceps. Wrong hairdo for this position. Okay, now, and I know this might feel a little wonky, you're just exploring, and I know some of you can't do this because of wrists or shoulders. Then you're going to think about the possibility of walking your feet in front of your arms, and then possibly even lifting your feet off of the ground. Breathe and focus, and then very carefully undo your feet, lift your body up, take your arms out, and bring your butt down to the ground. Good. Actually, I love doing that. It's kind of fun. Now, you're going to have your legs extended. And we'll start with the feet flexed, hands on the legs. Inhale up, exhale, slide down your legs. Inhale back up. And just do that a few times with your breath. And last time. Now from here, I want you to, we're going to make our way onto the back body, and I'd like you to have your rolled blanket, right? So you have your blanket rolled up, or towel, or whatever you have. You're going to have that next to you as well as your strap, or whatever you're using for a strap. Okay, so you're going to carefully make your way down onto your back body. And remember, we always want to be really aware of our transitions, right? So you're on your back, and you're going to have both feet down on the ground. And I want you to just for a moment connect with your breath. Feel where your back body touches the ground. And it would be normal for some of us to have parts of our body that aren't connected to the ground. Now we're going to extend your left leg up towards the sky. And if you're using a strap, you're going to put it around the padded part of the left foot. Now, if you don't have a strap, you could just have your hands someplace on your leg, but we're going to try to keep the leg perpendicular to the ground. And then what you're going to do is work that leg towards your body, right? So you're going to inhale, leg away, exhale, leg towards your body. And just moving with your breath, no forcing. And your right leg can be bent with that foot on the floor, or it can be straight, right? It's going to depend on your body and what feels good. Now, next time that leg, your left leg is in a comfortable place, you're going to take that right leg, bring it up, and we're going to switch sides. And if you're using your hands, just switch feet. And again, either left foot's going to come down to the floor, or you're going to extend it out. Inhale, right leg away. Exhale, leg in towards your body. Moving with your breath in a way that feels good to you. And again, next time that leg is towards your body, you're going to lift your left leg up, put both feet in your strap, or you're holding on to both calves. Inhale, you're going to have legs perpendicular to the floor. Exhale, you're going to bring those legs in towards your body. Inhale, legs away. Exhale, legs come towards your body. Now, next time you exhale the legs away, we're going to take the straps off. We're going to bend both knees, and either you're going to hold the backs of your thighs, your calves, your ankles, or the sides of your feet, and bend your knees out to the outsides of your body. And you might like to gently rock from side to side, or you might just like to remain stationary. And then holding onto your right leg, you're going to release the left leg, stretch it up towards the ceiling. It's flexed, and you're going to slowly lower it towards the ground without letting that heel connect to the floor. Keep breathing and press away with the left foot as you're holding on to the right leg. So for those of you who like names, this would be like a half happy baby. Now we're going to bring in the left leg, bend that knee, so now you're holding on to your feet or calves or whatever, and then you're going to remain holding on to the left leg, stretch your right leg up towards the sky, flex the foot, and slowly lower it to the ground, but not all the way to the ground. You're going to hover over the ground with the right foot flexed and pressing away. And you're still breathing. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring that leg up, release your left foot. Now carefully bring your feet down to the ground. And then we're going to find our roll. Okay, so you're going to roll over to the side. You're going to get your roll, and this is where I want you to place your roll. I want your head to be covered and definitely part of your upper back body. But your butt and most likely your lower back is going to be on the ground. And then you can have your legs in whatever position feels good. You can have your legs straight. You can have them in Baddha Konasana, where the bottoms of your feet are together and the knees are opened out. They can be crossed. Whatever position is comfortable, because we're going to work on the upper body for a moment. So you want your legs to be in a position that you're not having to worry about them. And while we're here, I just want you to connect with your breath. And again, feel the parts of your body that are touching the floor, touching your rolled blanket. And then we're going to bring the arms out to the sides. So you're going to make like cacti, laying down cacti, right? Inhale is going to be arms out to the sides. Exhale, you're going to bring the elbows and forearms and hands towards one another. Inhale, arms open out to the sides. Exhale, elbows, forearms, hands come towards one another. And you're just going to do that at your own pace for the next few breaths. Noticing, again, any sensations that you feel in your body. Now, the next time that your elbows and forearms and hands are towards one another, we're going to stay in whatever position is comfortable, and then you're going to reach your fingertips above your head, right? So you're going to try to keep the elbows, forearms, and hands connected. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, reach those arms up, and your body and head and legs are relaxed, and you're just moving through the arms. The next time that you exhale and bring the arms back to neutral, release them gently down to the floor. And then we're going to work with the head and neck. Inhale, and we did this at the very beginning. Left arm comes up, head turns to the right. Exhale, head back to center, arm back down to the ground. Alternating sides with your breath. Again, however it feels good to you, right? If it doesn't feel good to move the head and the arm, just move one or the other. And next time you move your right arm, we're going to pause for a moment. And just take a couple of breaths. Notice how your body's feeling. So this is a wonderful position for those of you who have some tension in the upper back body or in your heart center, where you can kind of relax your shoulders. There's nothing supporting your shoulders, so they kind of open up and relax towards the floor. It's nice to do a little movement first to help loosen it up before you stay for a few moments. But I want you to relax and start to connect with your breath. So this is a good time to check in and ask yourself, is there anything else that your body needs right now? Right? What would feel really good? And if there's anything else that your body needs, you are going to do that. Now, we did a couple of things on our hands. So some of you may want to stretch your hands, your wrists in the opposite direction, right? Some of you may want to roll through your hands or connect the fingers and just roll through your wrists a few times in each direction. Some of you may have some other things that you want to do to help you to get ready for Shavasana. And just do whatever it is that you need to do. And if you're ready, you're going to make your way into Shavasana. And so as you start to settle in, I want you to see if you can find a comfortable position, right? Some way that you don't have to work at holding your body up at all. Maybe your legs are on a chair or sofa or up against the wall. Maybe you're on your belly, maybe you're on your back, but finding some comfortable position where you can let go for just a few moments and know that there's nothing else that you need to do right now except to be present with your body and your breath. And with each exhale, inviting your body to soften just a little bit more, letting go of any tension, anything that your mind or body does not need at this moment. And even if you're not aware of it, just say anything that doesn't belong here right now. I invite you to go. Om Somaya Namaha. Om Somaya Namaha. Om Somaya Namaha. So as your awareness starts to come back to the room, take a moment, notice how you're feeling. I love that mantra, and what it is saying in my interpretation is I surrender to the flow. And what it's really saying is I surrender to the flow of the powers of the moon and um, how they enforce the tides in the oceans, you know. So I like to say I go with the flow. And so when you're ready, making your way up into a comfortable seated position. If you feel like you need a little bit longer time on your back, feel free to stay there. We're going to do a little breathing with a niyasam, which is a moving mudra, sealer gesture with our hands. And so the way that this is going to work, and you can breathe in and out through your nose if that works for you. On the inhale, and I'm trying to find the best way to show this. So you take the tip of the thumb and put it at the base of the index finger, okay? Inhale, you slide up the index finger. Exhale, you slide down. Shift to the middle finger. Inhale, slide up. Exhale, slide down. And you're just moving from one finger to another, and you just think as you slide up, inhale, exhale, slide down. The thumb stays connected to whatever finger it's on for the entire breath. Go to the pinky, slide up, exhale, slide down. And then you decide, do the pinky again and then come back, or move on to your ring finger. And you're just moving your breath with the movement and gliding of your thumb. Inhale up, exhale down. And I'm holding my hands up so that you can see them, but they can be rested in your lap. You're just moving with your breath. It's a beautiful way to connect your breath with your body. Now, when you feel like you have a nice rhythm with your breath, you can stop doing the Nyasam, or you can continue if you like it. And then maybe your eyes are closed or you're focused on a non-moving spot on the floor. And I want you to think about, and I only want you to come up with one thing. What's one thing that you could change to help yourself to go with the flow a little bit more easily? What's one thing that you could change that could help you to go with the flow a little bit more easily? So one thing for me is doing things right when they need to be done and not procrastinating. So what's one thing that you could shift? And it doesn't necessarily need to be a big change. It might be a small shift. Like, I don't procrastinate as much as I used to. I try to get those things done, especially things that take a really short amount of time. Try to get them done as soon as they come up so I don't have to do them later on. And then once you have that idea of that one thing that you can shift, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. What can you do to really make sure that you do that thing, whatever it is? Just kind of set it in your head. And this isn't to set yourself up for beating yourself up or anything like that. It's setting an intention to move towards that thing, whatever it is. And then when you're clear and you're going to state that to yourself, you don't have to share it with anybody else. Take a moment and thank yourself for showing up here, for doing the practice. I mean, I think the biggest part is showing up, right? And then maybe your hands come to your heart center. If you'd like to join me in an Om, inhaling. Om. Namaste.